How's everybody doing today? Just up here getting tractors plugged in, and yeah, I got a little bit of a project here to work on this afternoon. So I'll see what kind of trouble I can get myself into today here. Check back at some point. So what I'm doing here is over the summer I had taken the tin off of this wall here, and yeah, it was right before it got really hot, so yeah, I wanted to put a curtain on here, and yeah, now it's snow on the ground, it's cold out, so good time to put a curtain on, I guess. So just gonna kind of make one, I guess. So you need to fix a curtain on there, but yeah, what I did here is I got just a big roll of kind of heavy plastic that's still kind of clear-ish, you know, probably as clear as regular curtain, I guess. But yeah, so I put some old calf panels up here. They're a little bent up and not real great, but yeah, we couldn't have much invested in this project. So yeah, I just got done doing that, and I'll get some plastic rolled out, and I'll figure on wrapping them in 2x4s and screwing them up top here, and then I don't know if I can. I figured on putting a pipe underneath and then just, you know, roll it up by hand and tying it off up top when we want to raise it and something like that. But we may just kind of throw this together and maybe just screw a couple boards to hold it shut for now. We'll see what we get into here, I guess. So check back when we get some plastic up in here. Alright, well, I got her on there. Ooh, wind started picking up out there too. Oof, got chilly. So yeah, I think I'll show you guys the outside in a second here, but I think just to keep things simple when we want to raise this up in the summer, we'll just I got a pipe in the bottom there of it. We'll roll it up and maybe put some eye hooks on the inside and the outside and just run a strap to hold it up in the air. But yeah, it's not it's pretty thick plastic, and I got it folded in half, so I would think it would hold up. And I guess if it don't, I don't know. I don't remember how long that roll was. It was maybe a 30-foot roll for 90 bucks, something like that. It wasn't bad considering what actual curtain costs. So well, if it don't hold up, I ain't out much besides time and monkeying around and having to have a professional come in and do it. And here's what we got on the outside. There's my pipe in there. I just ran some boards up for uprights right now. I do got some leftover uprights from this shed we may put on here at some point, but I ain't got time for that. It gets dark too early and it's too cold. See, I just wrapped the plastic around a 2x4 and screwed that in, and then screwed some other boards on top. You know, it's nothing fancy. It we'll make it better sometime. We hope. So this will work for now. Keep it cold out. Let some sunlight in. That freaking shed's so damn dark in there, especially once you get snow on the skylights in the winter, and it's just like a little dungeon in there. So, and we can roll the curtain a little bit this spring if we have to, and find a way to keep it up. I don't know. Say, I don't know if it'll work real great, but we'll try it. So anyways, we'll probably check back at some other point in time. Hard to say. Alright, well, looks like the curtain's working out. Everybody looks pretty content back here. Dry cows and heifers over there hanging out in the sand. Looks like most of the heifers, we brought a bunch of heifers over here a while ago, and for the most part they've been hanging out in the pasture, but since it snowed they finally figured out the free stalls, so that's a plus. And if I'm betting, man, I'm gonna say that black cow back there is gonna have a calf, and I wouldn't be surprised if that one right there has a calf. That girl right there needs to get to having a calf here before too long. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that little black cow That's tiny. About the size of a Jersey. Oh boy, she milks like a Holstein. Anyways, we'll check back tomorrow and see what goes on. It's gonna get cold tonight. Wind blowing. Wind's supposed to blow tomorrow, but it looks like next week's supposed to get up in the 40s again. We got to finish haul manure out of sheds and stuff, so we'll see what happens. I'm just glad that curtain's on. I'm just hoping it's gonna pan out for me. Cause yeah, that whole project, I don't know. I got a bunch of curtain material, that plastic left over, so it's hard to say. I guess if you figured what I actually use for plastic, and we bought 4 treated 2x4s, and the rest of the wood I used was just crap laying around. And see, I'd say for $100 or a little less, we did that little project, so not bad as long as it works. We'll find out. So we'll check back sometime tomorrow or the next day, or who knows what. See what happens. Alright, well, what we got here is a milk fever cow. I've given her some calcium. This is a second bottle. You can see she was laying out kind of flat before. I couldn't really get the vein in her neck, so I'm in her milk vein. Granted, I kind of thought she was going to die there for a little bit. Now she just sat up. I was hoping to video this a little bit earlier when she was really bad, but she looks a little more promising now. I couldn't even get her to hold her head up. It was not good. Milk fever is basically a calcium deficiency. Yeah, she's a pretty old cow, and old cows are prone to it. Most of the time, normally it's just kind of dry cow diet and stuff. You can avoid milk fever and stuff, but and certain cows just prone to get it. I don't remember her ever really giving me any troubles before, but she's pretty old. Little tiny here, so yeah, we're looking a little more promising now. She's at least holding her head up. You can see she's starting to shake. They'll do that when they're coming around. I want me to get that needle out of her. Hope she don't roll over too much here. I don't like giving it to them in the milk vein, but sometimes it's just the easiest way to get it done. Because that's a nice, great big vein. Sometimes they're kind of hard to get the vein in their necks. Okay, got 2 bottles into her. Well, she's really a shaking. I'm hoping within 20 minutes or so she'll be up, and then she'll probably have that calf. I really thought she was going to have a calf last night, and I really thought she was going to have a calf last night, but nobody wanted to have a calf. Granted, if she wasn't dealing with the milk fever here, she'd probably had a calf already, but yeah, hopefully she'll be up and about and going. She looks a whole lot better already. I thought she was dead when she got back here. She had her head cocked to the side and kind of leaning over, half laying on her side, and scared me for a second. Yeah, it's been a long day. Starter went out in the 180 this morning, so we had to change that out, and the skid loader's sitting in the feed lane, so it wasn't like I could just jump in the other skid loader. I guess you could have drug it out of there, but yeah, so we decided to put that in. We're in the process of doing that, getting the starter out. There's a almost like a airline that goes on for a semi for air brakes or something. Kind of a thick, hard plastic line that the dipstick for the engine oil goes down through. And yeah, of course I hit that with the starter, taking it out, and everything's cold, and that broke. And parts guides tell you, there's 8 in the whole world. They'd have to order it, so we ended up getting a chunk of some kind of a harder rubber hose to put on there and measure that up so everything reads like it's supposed to. And yeah, it's been a day. I'm ready for a beer or 10. So right side curtain made it through the night. He's doing all right. So anyways, I'm gonna go work on some other stuff, and we'll check back on her after a little while and see what else happens. Alright, well, she's up and about. Looks like she was chewing on a piece of a corn stalk. So now hopefully she'll have that calf, and I might IV her another bottle, or just give her a couple of calcium boluses, but yeah, I'll certainly have to keep an eye on her. So, yeah, at least she's back up and going. Alright, well, this is Tiny's, I don't know, third milking. She's got a little nerve damage in that leg yet. I don't know if it's from actually having the calf, or if she was on her side too long. But she's getting around. Just needs to stay in a pen for a while yet, until that leg straightens out. Sounds like she wants to have a calf too. Alright, well, there's Tiny. She's rejoined the herd. I don't got to keep her in the pen anymore. Her leg seems to straighten out pretty good. Milking good. Only problem is she's probably one of the, not the smallest cow in the barn, but pretty close. So yeah, she likes to lay up in the free stall a little farther than make a mess behind her. But you know, the stalls are meant for cows not quite this big, but pretty close. So when you put a little cow in a big stall, that's sometimes what you get. But yeah. Anyway, she's doing real good.